Hello students, good morning to the biology class. After finishing our chapter Sexual Reproduction in Flowering Plant, today we are going to start with our new chapter Human Reproduction. Human beings are unisexual, means male and female can be morphologically distinguished from each other, and the phenomena is known as sexual dimorphism. So human beings are unisexual, they can be distinguished morphologically, and we call that phenomena as sexual dimorphism. So first we are going to discuss about the male reproductive system. In male reproductive system, we are having two types of sex organs. Number one is primary and number two is secondary. What is the difference between the primary sex organs and the secondary sex organ? Primary sex organs are those organs which perform two functions. Number one, the production of sperms, and number two, they helps in secretion of sex hormone, that is testosterone. So why the testes are known as the primary sex organs? Because they are performing dual function. Number one, that is a production of the sperm, and number two is the secretion of sex hormone, that is the testosterone. And secondary sex organs are those sex organs which helps in conducting the things, that is the sperms, to their target organs. That's why they are known as accessory ducts and accessory glands. So they are being divided into a two part, that is your accessory ducts and accessory glands. And the third part of our male reproductive system is external genitalia, that is your penis. So one by one we will discuss. So first have a look on the diagram of the male reproductive system, in which we are going to discuss about the testicles, that is your testes. Then we will discuss about the epididymis vas deferens as our secondary duct system. Then we will have our seminal vesicle as our and the prostate, which are being known as your secondary or accessory glands, urethra and penis, which is known as your ejaculatory ducts or the external genitalia. This diagram is very simple. Try to copy it out and draw in your notebooks. So first we are taking the pair of testes and see the internal structure of the testes. When we did the transverse section of the testes, that shows your outer membrane known as tunica albuginea, and internally the testis is being divided into the number of the compartments known as the seminiferous testicular lobes. So they are having a number of compartments known as the lobes, that is called as the testicular lobes, in which you can see the coiled like structures. Millions of the coiled like structures are there, known as seminiferous tubules. And these seminiferous tubules, they are having the two types of the cells known as your Schrolley cells and the male cells. So the main function of your seminiferous tubule is the production of the sperms, and that goes into the segments known as the retitestes. That is known as your retitestes, and that retitestes are taking it to the secondary duct, that is your vasa efferentia. From vasa efferentia to the epididymis, where they store for some time, and from that to the vas deferens, and then to the urethra, and ejected out through the penis. So one by one I am going to recap it. Testes, they are located outside the abdominal cavity in a sac-like structure known as scrotum. Why they are outside the abdominal cavity? So that they can keep the temperature lower than the body temperature. So the testes, they are in the extra abdominal position in a scrotum, so that the temperature should be lower than the body temperature, which is very important for the production of the sperm. If the temperature, or the you can say the testes, are not decent, or they are not in the extra abdominal position, means temperature is not lower than the body, so the testes, they are unable to produce the sperms. The next is internally, as we have discussed, they are divided into the compartment that is the testicular lobes, which contains millions of the coiled like structure, that is seminiferous tubules, consist of two cells, that is spermatogonia, or you can say the germ cell, that is the male germ cell. Then spermatogonia or the germ cells, they helps in the production of the sperm, and while the production of the sperm, for the growth of the sperm, the nourishment is being provided by the Sertoli cell, and they are also being known as the nurse cells. So the Sertoli cells, they are being known as your nurse cell. This is very important MCQ question. They are being known as your nurse cell. So in between the section of the testicular lobes, or the space or between the seminiferous tubule, contains the another cell, that is the Leydig cells or the interstitial cells, or they are being known as your interstitial cells. And the function of the, that is your interstitial cells, that is present in between the space or in between the lobes of the Sertoli cells, which secretes the testosterone, that is your male sex hormone, and by which you can get a number of the secondary characters in the male during the puberty. So the formation of the various secondary characters of the male during the puberty is only because of the testosterone, which is being secreted by the Leydig cell or the interstitial cells. Now after finishing our primary sex organ, we are discussing now the duct system, as we have discussed from the earlier diagram of the internal section of your testes, that reti testes, they will conduct the sperms to the vasa efferentia, from the vasa efferentia to the epidermis, where they are stored for some times. From there they are being passes into the vas deferens, and then loops around the urinary bladder, provided by the, you can say, the fluid from the various accessory glands, that is your seminal vesicle, and from with the help of that fluid they passes to the ejaculatory duct, run through the prostate gland, passes through the urethra, and with the help of the lubrication of the bulbourethral glands, open into the external urethral meatus, and through the penis they are being ejected into the female genital tract. That is, the sperms are being injected into the female genital tract after following all this pathway, that is called as the duct system pathway. Now we are having a very important, that is your accessory glands, a pair of seminal vesicle, and they secrete mucus, alkaline fluid with fructose. And what is the main function of that seminal vesicle secretion? They provide energy to the sperm so that they can move, they can swim. Next is prostate. This is not pair, that is only the prostate gland. They secrete citric acid, lipid, enzymes, and they are provide nourishment for the activation of the sperm. And the last gland is your bulbourethral gland and the corpus gland. They secrete the mucus for the lubrication of the penis. And the secretion from all these glands is known as your seminal plasma. That is being known as your seminal plasma, secretion of seminal vesicle, secretion of prostate gland, and that is your secretion of bulbourethral lubrication. and that is known as your seminal plasma. So that is consist of fructose, calcium, which helps in the movement of the sperms from the various duct system till to the penis and then injected out into the female reproductive system or the female tract. And the last is our external genitalia, that is your penis. It is the male copulatory organ, and they having the erectile tissues and vascular space in which the extra supply of the blood is given when the male is sexually excited, and during that the penis get erected, and the distal end of the penis is known as glans penis, covered by is known as your glans penis, covered by smooth skin called foreskin. And the main function of the penis is the insemination. So this is about our external genitalia, that is the male copulatory organ, that is your penis, and they helps in the insemination, and they are responsible for carrying out the sperms into the female genital tract. So this is all about our human male reproductive system, in which we discuss about the primary sex organs and our secondary sex organs, which are being divided into the accessory ducts and accessory glands, and the last we have the external genitalia. Please go through it very stepwise, slowly, try to draw the diagrams and consult your NCERT for the same. This is very, very important topic. Till then, stay home, stay healthy. Thank you.